Howdy, and welcome to the Mighty Muddy Chuck channel. I'm Chuck, and my eyebrows. I should have a special show. When you get older, at least with some people, I don't know about everybody, but with me, they're really getting wild and bushy. Growing up, my mother, don't touch his eyebrows, don't touch his eyebrows, because this is what she's afraid of. When I was little, that they'd become like, have a life of their own. I've never had the unibrow. Uh, but they bushy enough. Of course, right now I'm not clean shaven, and around my eyes, that's a revealing of how old I am. My eyes, around my eyes, or I get actually, even when I was younger, I tend to have before I have health problems around my eyes would do kind of weird. Um, Not like this weird, but other weird. Kind of like if you're anemic and you have an iron shortage, you'll get like a kind of like a black under your eye, kind of just like you're playing football or something. Uh, no, I was not that extreme, but it's kind of similar to that kind of. It wouldn't get black looking; it would just get baggy there. So I've got me a new microphone. I'll still have to use this computer doesn't have speakers, so when I want to hear, I'll still have to put the earphones on to hear, when I test out to make sure everything's working okay. I can look at the gauges and it should be working okay. Of course, I've thought that in the past and it turned out no. I don't know what that's about. Up here at the Roadhouse, I've got a new kitten. I did have one. Uh, it was real tame. It was so tame. It was such a lovable little kitten. And the animal control, there was a whole bunch of cats next door, and the animal control was having, to get them, unfortunately. Um, there had been a complaint, not from me, but from somebody. And the lovable cat, it just kept getting into the trap. And of course, the animal control knew it had to be somebody's pet because it was so tame. So she asked me if I could, well, I offered to, let it be in the office while she's getting the other kittens up. And I think what they'll do with them, just in case your heart's already breaking, is they will spay and neuter them, and then they will turn them back. Most of them will be turned back loose as feral cats into into the areas. Because in this area we need feral cats. At times I get covered up with rats and all, so we need feral cats. So and I make clear to her, we need feral cats. Seriously, rats did damage to my car. We need feral cats around. Of course, for the rat problem, I can put poison out for the rats. That's RATS. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying here. I don't always speak. I don't always sprechen the Deutsch clearly. So, but even so, sometimes the rat population will just pour out of the woods, and it's nearly impossible to totally control it. So you need feral cats, is my point. And hopefully you don't want them getting into wherever you put, the other, no, don't do that. But anyway, so that cat was really tame, it was so sweet. Oh my God. And the animal control person told me, that another neighbor lady wanted the cat, but she wasn't, there when this was happening. And I told her, okay, fine, I'll take the cat into the office. Of course, I just totally fell in love with that little cat because it was so sweet. uh, it was such a lovable cat. But anyway, the neighbor lady, I let them know, where the cat was, and she called and I said, I don't know, I've fallen in love with that cat, and she said, no, I'm getting that cat. That her grandchild it was the only cat that her grandchild could safely, play with and pet, so she wanted that cat, and so I, okay, obviously, it wasn't my cat. So anyway. Uh, she got that cat, and there was another cat up there that's not nearly as tame. Not nearly as tame. And she brought that kitten down to me. It's a lot smaller than that other cat. A lot smaller. And let's see if I can pull my phone up without. Just 1 second. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. Don't go away. see if I can pull it up on my phone where you can see it on the phone. I'm here. I'm here. I haven't gone anywhere. Oh man. God, I walk like an old man now. I'm still going, you know. The biggest trouble I have is like when I sit down for too long or go on a long ride and I have to get my legs back working. That's that's what I almost need a cane, seriously, or even a walker, or two big old women. You know what he said to me? Yeah, forget the walker. Just give me the beautiful big women. Okay, let's see if I can pull it up for it to look right. Okay, let's see. Nobody can. You see that? Okay, that's the cat that was such a pet. Yeah, I mean that was such a friendly pet. Oh my God, it was such a friendly pet. And now you probably can't tell how small that kitten is on that rug there. It's a really small cat. I don't even know whether you can clearly see it or not. I think I was holding the other one up to my microphone, but it seemed to be on the screen all right. Let's see. So this kitten here is not nearly as tame, but at first I had it in the carrier that the neighbor lady had it in and left it because she knew it was going to be wild when it was let out. So I got a bigger pen that that I use for one of my big dogs when I need to put her up temporarily. So I brought it down to the roadhouse, and I started with I had trouble getting the kitten into it. I thought it was in it, and then you know how cats do, and so it got loose. But I was able to get it back into this big pen. So that night it stayed in the big dog pen, which could be used for cats too. And then the next day, I got it out of the pen. I held it. I petted on it. I loved on it. And, made sure it had the canned food and water. Make sure it was nourished. And it was I thought it was a pet now. I didn't know this cat was an actor. I mean, this cat could have gotten an Academy Award. It was so good. It was purring. Oh, man. It was doing just like that other cat almost. I thought, oh, great, So I let the kitten out, and I bought a new microphone that I was trying to hook up. Was trying to figure out where I need to put it at the table, and where pick up sound right. And so I was working with it and trying to figure some things out about it. And I wasn't watching the kitten. Now I had the doors to the different rooms closed, so it couldn't just go into any of the rooms. But then when I got through working with the microphone, I could not find the kitten. I could not find the kitten to save my life. And I looked. I mean, I've dealt with cats before. I'm not a stranger to cats. And I know how well they can hide. So I knew the places to look, and I looked under everything. I mean, I looked. Could not find the kitten. I could not find the kitten. I could not find the kitten. And by the way, I named the kitten Slick. Back when I lived in Shamley, I had a little kitten, and it was named Slick, and it was gray. This was not solid gray like the one in Shamley. It's got a lot. It's mostly gray. It's got a little white on it though. But the Slick in Shamley, I was a totally gray kitten. It was a pretty cat. Unfortunately, it got feline leukemia, and broke my heart. But anyway, this kitten now current called it Slick also because it's got that gray on it. And, I was very fond of Slick, in Shamley. And so I could not find the kitten anywhere. And I looked and I looked and I looked and I looked. And I was, there's another reason for the neighbor lady to come back up. I don't want to give my life story. or her life story here. There's nothing weird. Don't misunderstand. I'll tell you what. She was buying a rug from me. She was buying one of my rugs. You know, I need money. Whether you know that or not, but I need money. So I sold her one of my rugs. RUGS, in case you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. And so anyway, she was up here, and I was getting the rug for her and putting the back of the truck for her. And of course, this kitten is familiar with her and her voice. And she probably's got a lot more friendly voice than what I've got. So the kitten came out after she left. And it started eating on the food because she'd been feeding, you know, the kittens. She'd been feeding them. So it come out and it did eat, you know, from the can. And it was exact, you know, I told the neighbor lady and some other people what I was afraid had happened. I was afraid because, I mean, I looked all over. I was afraid the kitten went down the hole there at the washing machine. And of course, you know, how your brain produces all these nightmares. So that's what I was afraid of. And then when the kitten come out, that's where it had been. It had been down in that hole, but it come back up out of the hole, which is, thank you. Thank you. Because, you know, because I'm having some nightmares about what might be going on down in that hole. And the thing is I haven't been able to pet on it anymore. I'm still feeding it and all, but it's hanging right there at that hole. And when I go to try to get it, it goes right back to that hole where I can't get to it. And it's kind of weird. Right there at that hole, the washing machine is set where I cannot get the washing machine to move away from that hole. It catches on something there, and I can't figure out how to get it loose where it's catching. It's not hooked up to anything. I don't use it. But if the kitten would, you know, come far enough away from the hole, I would still figure out some way to stop that hole from being there. I didn't realize the hole was there until I was looking for the kitten. And then there it was. Oh no! And then of course, you know, oh no! Yeah, nightmare. But right now the kitten is there. It's at the kitchen door. It's close to that hole. It's in the chair. It's stretched out. And if I walk back there to try to pick it up or pet it, it's going to go back down in that hole. So, you know, I thought the kitten was tame. It was fooling me. Like I said, it could have won an Academy Award. It had me totally fooled. It could have sold me the Brooklyn Bridge. So, I got a kitten I can't pet. Somehow I'm gonna figure out if I feed it long enough, it should get used to me. It should came. Yesterday, after I was working at the computer a good while, it would creep around. It would stay at the kitchen area where it could still dart back toward that hole, but it was coming forward a little bit. Right now, it's just laying in that chair at the door. But so I got a new kitten that I can't pet. But at some point, if I can't break it, I'll just have to. I'll have to just let it out, and I would like to let it out at the back property where we need something to catch the rats. And I think it'd be a good rat hunter. I think it would. I mean, it could put on a performance for the rat. make the rat think, oh, I'm not gonna mess with you. No, I'm not gonna mess with you. Yeah. Academy Award-winning cat. That's what Slick be now. All right. Much thanks for watching and listening. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hit that subscribe button. Oh, well, I'll tell you later. I'm not going to tell you this video.